So, as we've seen from our reading and from the Van Manen text, phenomenological research and writing is an invitation to wonder. Now, there's a difference between everyday wondering. I wonder if it's going to be a nice day. I wonder if my meeting is going to go ahead. That kind of wondering, and the kind of wondering that's at the heart of questioning, deep questioning, and what's known as the phenomenological reflective attitude. So, doing phenomenology starts with lived experience. How does something appear or give itself to us? Phenomenology begins with ordinary everyday life. It begins with what we are most interested in. What are we moved by? What do we deeply question? What are we most taken up with? It could be in our professional lives. We question certain ways of being, how we are with others in our working lives, in our workplaces. We may question, what is the best response in this situation? Why did I feel that way in that situation? What is happening with this client, this student, this patient that is different from my other experiences? How do I respond to a certain situation? Is that the best way? Why? A good phenomenological question invariably shifts to the what is it like structure. A good question keeps open possibilities. It's a question that we're willing to stay with because it touches us in some way. It has meaning for us. And we question it, as Van Manen says, from the center of our being. With the phenomenological question, we don't just pose it, there it is, there's my question, and move on. We must be willing to come back to that thing, come back to that experience, come back to that relationship itself, to stay with it, to probe deeply, to look at it from different perspectives, to really find out what is this situation like. Now, let's pick up on this whole idea of the question and briefly take a closer look at it. Phenomenology starts with an appropriate phenomenological question. It is a question that is born out of wonder, out of our lived experience, out of the lived experience of the research and the researcher. We enter into wonder, and by deep questioning, we invite our reader to wonder. We explore, describe, question further. What is this experience? Is it this? Sometimes describing an experience will involve describing what it is not. Having a solid phenomenological question that is oriented to a lived experience is important, as all of the reflection, the interpretive work, falls out of that question. And while seemingly simple, what is it like question can take us deeply into human experience and challenge us to really get at what makes this experience different from other experiences. How many times do we hear people say, when attempting to describe or talk about an experience, something that they've undergone, something that has happened to them? It may be winning an award or being involved in an accident or seeing a long lost relative. Invariably, people will say, I can't tell you what it was like. I don't have the words. I can't describe the feeling, or it was amazing, or horrible, or unbelievable, or it was awesome, or the words escape me. There are no words to say. But this is the phenomenologist's job, to describe that which may be beyond words, to bring into language that which most often escapes us, something that we never have really thought of before, perhaps. Or by doing so, we enrich our insight, our understanding of human experience, and thereby life itself.